that's what it is. It's cold everywhere in Europe. So yeah, we are managing it.
Well, speaking of cold, the season started very hot for the Blues, your former team. They had a fine start and then they went off, sort of. Have you wondered why? And if you thought, what answers did you come with? Why?
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, as a football man, these things happen, and I always say consistency is a way forward, but it's football. Sometimes, you don't really understand why you are deep in form, but I think with their few games recently, I think they are getting back slowly. So hopefully they will, they will keep pushing, they will stay there, and then we'll see what happens at the end. You never know. Football is football, and anything can happen. You just have to, keep winning, and then.
Nobody ever writes off a Pep Guardiola team until the season is over. We have all learned that the very hard way. Now, do you think they, in their position, can overtake Arsenal and Liverpool to win it?
I mean, well, as you said earlier on, we never knew or we never expect City to, to deep inform that much. But at the end of the day, it's football. But I think they are getting back. So their recent game. So there's possibilities, but you should never write them off because there's still a long games to play, and so if they keep winning, of course, they will always be title contenders.
If I ask what your ideal Chelsea 11 is to face Manchester City,
no, I will leave that to the coach. I'll leave that to the coach, and of course, as a Chelsea ex-Chelsea player, of course, I would love Chelsea to go there and win. But it's not going to be easy. But I have to believe. I have to keep my fingers crossed for them, and hopefully they can get a good result there.
And to that other team that make your CB so rich, Real Madrid. Let's go there. I mean, Don Carlo has denied saying he's leaving Real Madrid at the end of this season. But do you think that the playing body need perhaps a fresh voice in the dressing room? They've achieved so much, but is it probably time to change?
I don't know, man. But I mean, I love Carlo. I think he's a good manager and a good person, and he's like a father figure. But I mean, if you're in Real Madrid is winning or nothing. So it's not an easy place. But he's been there before, and it's his second time. And of course, as much as I love Carlo, I would love him to win at Real Madrid, and I would love him to win everything. But let's see, they're on top now. They're on top of the league now. There's a few more games to go. And if he's saying he's not ready to leave, then we will take that. We would love him to stay there and win things for the club.
Obviously, the old soldier. One of the key things he has to deal with is a bit of too much of a good thing. He has Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius. How does a coach solve a dilemma like that when it's clear that they play better when they are both not featured at the same time?
I mean, well, as you said, old soldier, he's Italian, so you know how Italians. But I mean, as I was saying, I mean, when you have these players on the pitch, sometimes the coach, you don't need to say much because they can always solve problems on their own on the pitch. They can always come up with different things. But I don't know the problem. I don't think there's a problem, but they just have to find their feet when they are both on the pitch. And I think that will come at some point. Because, when you have these two, you have, I love this boy, Valverde. I like, of course, Rodrigo. People don't mention his name that much, but this kid is something else. He's something else. Then you have Bellingham, another top player. But, I think it's just a matter of time for them to find their feet so they can find each other wherever they are on the pitch. So, I would love Carlo to stay there and win many trophies for the club. And yeah.
Going back to your time at Real, how would you say how special was it playing against TT rivals Atleti?
I mean, first of all, when you are playing for Madrid, this is a win or nothing. And of course, playing your biggest rival, Atleti, they can be very annoying. were, they are good, and of course, they want to win. So, of course, it's a big game. Players get very emotional at times. Of course, then you see red card. See tackles flying left and right. But it's normal. That's what happens in a big derbies like that. And of course, if one thing can keep his calm, keep his head down, and of course they will always get the advantage. But those games is normal. You see players fighting, even managers. You see fans. It's normal. But at the end of the day, you want to win. So yeah.
If you compare Real Madrid Atleti to Chelsea and the best rival, maybe Arsenal, how intense was it? How different was it in terms of intensity?
It's not the same. It's not the same as in. I mean, at Chelsea in London, you have so many rivals. So many rivals. You have Arsenal, which Arsenal is rival because we kind of fighting for the top spot. Then you have Fulham. Then you have West Ham. But they're all derbies, but in a different kind of way. But Real and Atleti is something else. Is a bit different because I mean you see fans kind of fighting and players even before they go on the pitch speaking their Spanish blah, 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 you can already feel it but at the end of the day it's all football and we love those kind of occasions and we want to perform.
Obviously, and I know you've answered this somewhere before, but apart from, sometimes you might have had a rethink, apart from yourself, who do you think is the most iconic African player to ever feature for Madrid?
Certainly, I won't put myself in that category if I'm being modest, if I'm being honest, but I was only there for a year. And you know me, you know the sort of person I am. But I mean, I will. If I have to choose, of course, I'll choose my friend and my teammate, Mamadou Diarra. We played together at Lyon for 2 years at least. We played against each other, Mali, Ghana, But not also forgetting Jeremy Gitap, who was there, who was representing Africa at the time, and his days was even more harder. So I think I'll pick these two if I'm allowed to, because I will not pick one and leave the other. Because of course Diarra is my friend. Ijita became my friend because we played together at Chelsea many years. So I will pick these two for what they did for the continent, representing that huge, massive club as Real Madrid. Of course, we can talk about Hakimi and Zabai. They were bonded. So for them, it's even more kind of, that's my city. That, the thing that those one coming from Africa representing, So I'll pick Diarra and Jeremy Gitap, and I will leave myself out.
Very typical Michael Essien answer. To Ghana, to your Black Stars. Very easy. What's your favorite Black Star growing up, Michael?
Favorite player, you mean?
Yeah, player. Black Star player.
Oh, I think that's a bit easy because we all love Abedi Pele, Tony Yeboahs, and the Abla de Kumas, and the Ama Senegals, Frimpong Mansoons, and those boys, And of course, I think my favorite was the darling boy, Danielado, bringing those names, But I mean, at the end of the day, as a young boy, want to play football. We all want to represent the Blacks at some point. We all want to play for the country at some point, which I was lucky enough to do it. So, I mean, to pick a favorite is hard because I grew up watching all these top players, representing the country in the way they did, putting their life on the line and stuff like that. So yes, I was a massive fan of those players, and of course for the Black side.
Yeah, very quick questions, so we will keep it very simple. I know you are very political sometimes. You in your prime, Thomas Partey in his prime. Who am I putting in my team if I should?
This is very. I mean, I don't know how to answer this, but I just love playing football, and I was privileged and lucky enough to do the way I did it. But I will never put myself, because we are two different generations. So of course I will let you put Partey, because he's a guy that I love very much. I talk to him every now and then. We are in contact, we are in touch with each other. So, and he's a brilliant footballer, he's a brilliant midfielder. So, of course, I will, I will stand by for him to, to pick my place, and, for him to even showcase his football even more to the world. Because, I'm already, I'm done. I'm gone. So, yeah.
If you could choose 3 other African players who could switch nationality and play for the Black Stars now, who would they be? 3 African players who could switch and come and play for the Black Stars.
I don't know. There's no one coming to mind, but Ghanaians sometimes we are funny. When we see this Ghanaian born like doing good for their country, we invite them. And when things are not going well, then the same people, they say, they don't fit in because they don't know our culture. But I don't know. I don't know who to choose for them to change their nationality. But of course, we already have some players that they need our support for them to, to do well for the nation and stuff like that. So yes, I don't know who I would choose to change their nationality.
When I wrote this, in my mind, I was thinking probably Mo Salah, because everybody was Salah in the team, that kind of thing, because he's so prolific, and but that's a good answer. So Micheal, thank you so much for your time as usual. You are always a sport, and I appreciate you being on Sporty FM. By the time you come to Ghana, you would have known that we are the first 24-hour sports radio station that's been set up.
Oh, wow. 24 hours. Congratulations. Brilliant. Hopefully I'll come down and see it myself.
Please, when you come, don't dodge us, Micheal. Come around. We are in Jolu. We are not far from you.
You know me, bro. Interviews are not my thing, but of course when it's arranged, I'll always make time for it. That's not a big deal. I just don't talk to a lot of people. That's why. But yeah, thank you, bro. Thanks for having me.